We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to
Every time for the sex day, my kick, the words, my faith, can't even only be money saves. It's like an earthquake, I'm calling you out. Create a close to head, just get it on your back. Such a nice place, just a more for all.
Much evidence.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your nightly vitamin. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Let's get the likes up. It doesn't cost you a single thing. Okay. So with that all being said, let's get ready to get into it. All right. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Now, as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Okay? You already know what to do. Kabamians in here, don't get mad. All right? Just accept the defeat. It is what it is. Okay? It's no one's fault other than the Democrats. Now, they're placing the blame on everybody. They said it was the men who were being misogynist. They blamed it on Trump and Diddy drama. Okay, and they talked about the fact that people were saying that Kamala's people who spoke for her, the celebrities, that came out and endorsed her at those Diddy parties, they blamed it on that. And then they blamed it on white women. Okay, I mean, they're just blaming everybody. But the fact of the matter is Kamala is her own worst enemy, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, she's her own worst enemy as far as this election was concerned. And people are having meltdowns and people are just clearly pressed and stressed. And why? Okay. Why? Life goes on. This is not the end of it all. All right. This is not the end of it. Please pay attention. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys a series of videos of people giving their thoughts on the whole thing. Some of these people are clearly, in my opinion, drama queens and kings. Just can't accept the agony of defeat, but at some time you just have to do it. Okay. Now also, Trump still has those legal troubles because now they're talking about speeding up that sentencing. Okay, I think they want to sentence him before he gets in office Please pay attention. I told you they always have another trick up their sleeve. Okay, so let's get into it. Shout out to Jeff ATL, Lillian X, and Reggie. Said, if you don't like what the queen is cooking, exit stage left. Thank you, beloved. Absolutely. Okay, Stacy Quinn is here. Sherry, Anita Harrell. All right. Let's see who else is in here. Pearly. Aqua Girl is here. Okay, Cherokee Descendant Dale. Samantha. Nessie X Jr. is here. All right, Trisha T. Randall. Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the queen. Okay, so you all can see I don't have any moderators. Hey, Battle Axe, Terry Hartfield, Roddy. Rod Breeze is in the house. I think my moderators are all asleep or still at work. So anyway, don't y'all start any trolling in here. Don't even think about it because I can multitask. Okay, I can block you, put you in timeout and all that while I'm still doing my commentary. Okay, so now with that all been said, let's talk about it. Because, you know, people are really upset by all of this. We're going to go to the concession or go to where the Kamala's speech where she had to go ahead and just had to go ahead and admit defeat. Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. I'm trying to see if this has music in here. Hold on. Okay, I'm not going to play this because it has music in it. Hold on. I do have it right here. Okay, so we'll just go to the one from NBC. Lights up, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Okay, Trisha said it took forever for her to come out. Yes, and that was just rude and disrespectful. It just goes to show that she's a sore loser. And here's the thing that you should be thinking about, beloveds. If it took her this long to come out, you see, here's how I look at it. If the fact that she lost, I understand that she was disappointed. Who wouldn't be? I'd be disappointed too if I were her. But the way she handled it, by not coming out, she didn't have the wherewithal to come out, at least say a little something. Listen, guys, I'm not feeling so well. Of course, my heart is heavy right now. I really don't have much to say at this time. Could you please just bear with me until I can come out and speak tomorrow when I'm better prepared, after this is all soaked in, okay, after I've absorbed this all. She could have done that. She didn't do anything. And here's what that leads me to think or to know, that if she were, in fact, the president and something popped off, such as, let's say a war, do you all want somebody like that leading you into battle? Do you want someone like that talking to the leaders of other countries as it pertains to, a war or something crazy happening? I'm just saying, because she was not even able to come out there and speak about her loss. She couldn't take it. She had to go lay down and cry into a handkerchief. That's what she had to do. She had to go sit down somewhere, which is what she probably should have done in the first place, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? All I'm saying is we definitely don't need, and here's the thing. Let me just tell y'all something. When people talk about men being misogynist and them not wanting a woman president, let me tell you something. I don't necessarily want a woman president either, for various reasons. So I don't think it's about being misogynistic if you don't want a woman to be president. Here's why. At the end of the day, there are certain women that I wouldn't mind them being president. Somebody like, let's say Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is very intellectual, very educated, and she's also a lieutenant colonel, as I do believe, in the military. So she's someone who's trained for battle. She's someone who's very intellectual, well-spoken. She's someone who could carry on a conversation with anyone. I could see someone like her being president. Okay? I even could have seen Hillary Clinton, because I voted for Hillary before I saw those nefarious emails, of course. But I voted for Hillary against Trump in 2016. I could see Hillary Clinton being the president because Hillary is married to Bill Clinton, who was already a president. And so I felt like a Hillary Clinton presidency would be the same as a Bill Clinton presidency. Okay? That's just what I felt. And that if she had any questions or was unsure about certain things, that he would be there to advise her because they'd both be in the White House together. So I didn't think there would be any issues with that. But with Kamala Harris, first of all, we haven't seen her doing anything as vice president. I know the vice presidents don't have to do a whole lot, but we scarcely even saw her face. We scarcely even heard from her. And at the end of the day, all of the word salad and not answering questions directly to me just made her seem like a blonde bimbo. No shade to blondes, but that's just the phrase that they use. But at the end of the day, it just made me look at her like she was just like not that smart, even though she did graduate college. It just made me feel like she just wasn't up for the task of running this corporation known as the United States of America. It just made me feel like she wasn't going to get the job done. That's all I'm saying. And so, when people say that these men are being misogynistic, well, of course, some of them likely are. But some of them also, it's more than that. They didn't care for her policies or felt that she didn't have much policies. And then some of them just felt like she just didn't cut the mustard as far as being someone that they had confidence in. Now, if someone can't answer a simple question with a yes or no answer, but that's all that it needs to be answered, do you really want to trust this person to be dealing with foreign policy? I'm sorry, it's just not, it's just a no for me for that reason alone. Never mind all the other little things about her pretending to be black and washing collard greens in the tub and all of that, and the word salad. Even if we set all of that aside, it's the fact that she just didn't seem like she was up for the task. She just didn't seem qualified. And I saw somebody on TikTok say that she was in fact overqualified. She was not qualified. Listen, Kamala Harris may be overqualified for something, but being the president of the United States ain't it. That's just a fact. That is just a fact. Now, don't hate the messenger. Okay, so let's listen to this concession speech.
So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting. To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran and the way we ran it. Over the 107 days of this campaign, we have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation, the ideals that reflect America at our best. That is a fight I will never give up.
So what do you guys think about that? Okay, that was a pretty good speech. At the end of the day, why didn't she speak that way when she was doing those interviews? If she'd spoken so eloquently when she was doing the interviews, maybe she wouldn't be where she is right now, which is being called a loser who lost. Okay? Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. Says she sprouts powdered dust, no tears. Y'all are terrible. With that all been said, let's go to what some of the people have to say about it. Because, you know, like I told you guys, a lot of her fan base is having whole meltdowns on live. Now, why somebody would do a video of themselves crying, tears of pain, not joy, why they would post that on social media for all to see, just to me reeks of clout chasing and attention. Because nobody cares if you're crying. Like, grow up, okay? Toughen up, buttercup. It's all I'm saying. Now, I'm sorry. I'm a grown-ass woman. I wish I would cry because somebody lost a damn election. Because one thing about it is life goes on, honey. Life goes on. At the end of the day, it takes a whole lot to make me cry. And somebody losing a darn election is not it. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all been said, let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, because these people are clearly pressed. Let me see where I even want to start. Let's start with Van Jones and see what he had to say. And please don't tell me he started crying, because I haven't watched this video yet. If he starts crying again, honey, it's just, I don't know what I'm going to do. I hope I don't scream. Okay, I just hope I don't start screaming. Please pay attention.
Because I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite, who are hurting tonight.
Van Jones shared an emotional message on CNN late Tuesday night when Donald Trump was on the verge of defeating Kamala Harris and regaining the presidency. The cable news commentator described Trump returning to power as a nightmare and showed particular empathy for Black women who supported Harris, along with trans youth and immigrants.
There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt.
He continued, and they were hoping that maybe this time one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they're facing rejection, and that hurts. Jones went on to say that Black women who supported Harris are not the only ones hurting.
If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. That doesn't feel good.
Jones also spoke about immigrants, saying in part, there are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers, and they are terrified tonight.
And so it's easy to blow this off. Oh, look at the elites. They're going to get their comeuppance. It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare.
He concluded by saying, and those people deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price of whatever Donald Trump decides to do. For more on this story and all the latest election updates, head to thr.com. This is the Hollywood Reporter News.
Okay, let me tell y'all something. Van Jones, you know, I really just don't get him. Jeff ATL said he's a buck-broken ace ninja. Yes, he is. Like, why is he always crying? He is a grown man sitting up there looking so forlorn. Honey, life goes on, okay, at the end of the day. At the end of the day. And here's the thing. Y'all cannot tell me. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Y'all cannot convince me that Kabami wasn't drunk on this video I'm about to show you. No one can convince me. I'm starting to think that she's a whole Lush. Okay, I'm really starting to think this woman is a whole Lush. I have several questions. Y'all cannot convince me she's not drunk.
Help people. Part of the thing that I'm trying to help people, not who are here, obviously, not the leaders who are here, but others understand, is if you're trying to kind of figure out what the stakes are, just imagine the Oval Office. We've all seen it on TV. And just imagine on January 20th.
Now, y'all know darn well that lady was drunk. I know y'all know darn well that lady was drunk. Okay? And here's the thing. I was thinking about when she was on Club Shay Shay and she told Shannon Sharp that she wasn't going to have that drink with him because she'd fall asleep. I don't think it was the problem that she would fall asleep. I think that she would get drunk just from that one drink. Because isn't that what happens when you're a whole alcoholic? Now, I don't know if this woman's a whole alcoholic, but I'm starting to have a whole lot of questions. So I'm saying I've seen several different videos of her talking with slurred speech. Okay? And it just sounds like she's just a little tipsy. That's all I'm saying. And I have questions now as to why she didn't want to drink that drink. Okay? But then we see her sitting in here drinking a beer. And this whole thing is, you know, she's sitting here acting like she didn't know the mic was on. I think she knew the mic was on and this was all set up. But she's sitting here drinking a beer, and she drank a beer on the other show. But then when she gets to Club Shay Shay, she doesn't want to drink. I think that the liquor probably would have made her just show her true colors.
Yeah. Oh, we have microphones. Oh, listening to everything. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. So, well, you'll bleep my F words. We just told all the family secrets. Shit. Anyway, it's good to see you.
Okay, so now in that clip, she was sitting there drinking a huge thing of beer. Okay, please pay attention. But she said she was talking about how she needed to get the vote from the men. That's what she was talking about. And then it was on a hot mic. So she pretended that she didn't know there was, or, she didn't know there was microphones in there or whatever. Yeah, sure you didn't, Kabami. Okay, sure you did. That was her attempt, in my opinion, to try to get male voters to feel sorry and empathy and sympathy for her at the end of the day. That's what that was to me. Now, let's get back to how she left those people at Howard when they clearly thought that she was going to come there. They were all excited, thinking she's going to win. I mean, they were, just the day before or earlier that day, they were actually doing the electric slide. They were all in such good spirits. And then, of course, not only to find out that she lost, but also that she wasn't even going to show up. So let's get into it.
So Kamala put all the people out as she saw she was losing. She didn't even have the audacity. She showed last night that she didn't care about black people. And that's why a lot of black people, black men especially, didn't vote for her. She had a big thing at Howard University to celebrate her victory. When she found out she was losing, she kicked all those people who had drove to celebrate with her. She made them all turn around and go home. She didn't even have the nerve to actually say something to her people and to encourage them and to go publicly and say something to the nation. But this is the woman that wanted to be your president. She was exposed. And it's a great thing that she's nowhere near power because she exposed that she cares nothing about the American people. She doesn't care about black people. And it showed last night after she lost.
It showed way before last night, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm just being honest. I knew she didn't care about black people a long time ago. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share.
Kamala lost was, I don't care what the media says, you fake news media. The reason Kamala lost was because her policy sucked. America did not want socialism. That's what she was offering. America does not want biological men in women's bathrooms. Americans do not want open borders. Americans do not want inflation. We don't, and the most of the country don't care about abortion to the degree where we're going to not care about anything else.
Exactly.
And most of the country don't care about Beyonce's endorsement. And until the Democrats figure that out, they're going to stay losing. That's it.
Okay, everything that he said is pretty much why she lost, in my opinion. I absolutely agree. I absolutely think those reasons are why she lost, amongst a few other things. Okay, please pay attention.
Dramatic. Y'all have got to stop being dramatic. I literally just seen someone crying to their camera. Like, you sat there, cried to your camera, and then you posted it. He was president before. It's gonna be okay. I promise you. My grandma has survived a lot of horrible presidents. My grandma has survived Jim Crow. My grandma has survived being spit on. My grandma has picked cotton before. Oh yeah, a lot of y'all don't know that. That yes, cotton picking didn't stop in slavery, by the way. I'll never forget the time she told me that she used to pick cotton and she used to get 1 cent for a pound of cotton. And her hands used to be bloody and red. And I think that's the difference between me and a lot of people that are talking about this like whole situation is because I grew up with a Southern Black woman who's told me the most horriblest stories that you like. Some of y'all are so sensitive that I don't think that y'all could have an actual sit down with my grandma. Like my grandma has told me about the time that a man was lynched in front of her, right? And then, like I said, I grew up in a very racist town. I grew up in a very sexist town. So I grew up on this type of stuff. So when I see people being dramatic, like, oh my God, it's over, we're picking cotton. Do y'all know how government works? Because that's not, and it's not to me, it's not funny. To me, it's disrespectful to the people who are still alive, because newsflash, my grandma is still alive and she been through a lot of the shit that y'all are talking about. And to me, it's not funny. Like y'all are sitting there on Twitter and TikTok and going, oh yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be whites only. My grandma actually lived that. You know what I'm saying? Like she actually lived that. So it's not funny to me personally. I just think y'all being dramatic, honestly. Like, in January, he's gonna be president, and for the next 4 years, y'all are gonna go to work. You're gonna have ex. You're gonna have kids. You're gonna live a half the life, unless we go to war or whatever. But what's gonna change? It didn't change in Obama. It didn't change in Biden. It didn't change in Bush. It didn't change in Reagan. It did. The last time America really drastically changed was World War II. I'm not even talking about the Vietnam War. I'm not talking about the Iraqi Freedom War. I'm talking about the last time a really huge change happened in America was World War II. Can y'all calm down? And please stop getting on TikTok over here crying. Like I'm telling y'all, it's not what y'all think it is. It's really not.
Okay, that's a very smart young lady. She absolutely is smart. I mean, why the hell are they crying? Okay, at the end of the day, people are just sad and pathetic these days. This just shows me how weak some people are. I would not ever want to go to battle with any of these people because they would have us losing. Okay, these are the type of people, and I want y'all to pay attention, because all of the people sitting up here crying because Kabami lost, those are the same type of, and I'm talking about the people that look like me. Okay, but those are the same type of people that if we were slaves trying to escape the plantation, they'd be sitting there trying to stay or snitching on the rest of us because they're cowards and they're crybabies. Okay, and they're just wussies. That's what they are. Why the hell are you crying? Trump was already president before, just a short time ago. Okay, did you have all this drastic stuff happen? Was it that damn bad? No, it wasn't. You see, they've allowed the Democrats to brainwash them. They've allowed the mainstream media to brainwash them. They've spewed propaganda. They fear-mongered. They've done all this stuff, and people are sitting there crying like it's the end of the damn world. The world's not going to end, at least not anytime soon. Life goes on, okay? Life goes on. So the fat boo says, I'm embarrassed for them. It's pitiful. It is pitiful. It's pathetic. Grown-ass people. And here's the thing. If you want to cry about it, if you're that bothered, that butthurt, and that sensitive, well, go cry in a room somewhere with the door shut. Why would you make a video crying online and post it for everybody to see that you're a whole wuss? Clout chasing. It's just clout chasing. If you're that sad, why would you sit up there, like the young lady said, do a video of yourself crying and post it? I wish I would ever. I don't understand some people. I just do not understand some people. Now, I want you all to pay attention because some people have taken to doing just the craziest things because of commandments lost. Now, there's this whole freak, this man. I want you all to pay attention. I'm going to show you this video of this man who clearly looks weird, but he also has a foot fetish. He's not fooling me. Now, he's going to say something that sounds crazy, but I want y'all to pay attention because what he's really saying is he wants to see some feet. He has a foot fetish, and he's trying to encourage women that if you're sad about Kamala losing, show your feet. Take pictures of your feet and post it online. How is that going to help anybody ever? Okay? How is that going to help anybody ever? Please pay attention. It's all so nefarious.
Some of you are upset that Kamala... Hey, everybody. I know some of you are upset that Kamala lost. But here's an idea to show support, ladies. Post a picture of your feet with the caption, I'm still standing. That way she knows you still support her.
Did y'all hear that? Post a picture of your feet to let her know that you're still standing. Yeah. Okay. Very weird is all I'm saying. Okay. He's got a foot fetish. And nobody's going to tell me anything different. But let's keep going, honey, because I got to hear what the people are saying. It's all crazy. Didn't he just look like a whole weirdo at the end of the day?
Proved. So Kamala proved why America is not ready for a female president. That bitch was like curled up in bed with a box of tissues in the fetal position, probably rocking all night long. Like a rational human being would have come out last night because this was a landslide win, conceded the election, and then thanked the people that worked their tail off for them. Not Kamala. She did just finally call Donald Trump and concede, but she's not even going to speak to the nation until 4 o'clock today. Women are emotional. I've said it before. And I got a lot of hate, but this is why I have no desire to see a female president. I am a woman. We are emotional. It's kind of how we're built. The country just simply wasn't ready for it. It's not misogyny. It's called gender roles. And she just proved it all to be true.
I have to absolutely agree. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Kamala was not up for the task. Okay. The way she behaved after she found out she was losing, that was just, someone who clearly could not stand there when the going gets tough. She would not be able to deal with it. Gideon says people emotions are allowed. Of course, emotions are allowed. We have emotions. But at the bottom line, the end of the day, you cannot allow your emotions to control the narrative. You have to think logically. And women, a lot of women think with their emotions. I don't want somebody who's thinking with their emotions to have their finger on the trigger. Okay. I don't want them to have the nuclear codes or anything like that. I just don't. All right. Now, like I said, Tulsi Gabbard is a different story because she's already trained to do battle. But most average women like Kamala, I just wouldn't want them there for that particular reason. Okay. And you have to think about some of these Middle Eastern countries that we have to deal with. that the United States government has to deal with during foreign policy and things of the like. At the end of the day, a lot of these Middle Eastern countries have a lot of misogynists. They don't respect women's rights or values or whatever they have to say. So how would they respect a female president from the United States? They most likely wouldn't. They most likely wouldn't. I'm going to go to this video and show you all how the poor people at Howard University were just celebrating, having such a good time, only to find out that Kabami was losing, and then to add insult to injury, she wasn't even going to show up. Okay, now I turned off the volume because they're dancing, doing the electric slide, and I don't want to play the music. Look at them. They were jamming. They were ecstatic. They were having such a good time. And the least that Kabami could have done was shown up for them. But did she do that? No. She absolutely did not. Gideon says, I'm a robot. I will not show emotions. Witty T said, so rude and nasty. It was rude. It was absolutely rude. Okay, but please pay attention. I want you all to see this clip. Now, this old man is imitating Biden. This is Biden after Kamala lost. Now that was funny. Now that was entertainment, okay? That was funny. And he was doing just like Biden too. Okay, thank you, Sherry Macy, for your contribution to the channel, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. And now, couldn't you just see Biden actually doing that? That was definitely him to a T. Okay? Definitely him to a T. Now we have this black man who's going to explain to everybody why Kamala lost. We're going to hear it from the horse's mouth since they want to act like it's all because people are misogynist.
These people mad at their personal friends and family members. Like, I don't get that. Like, Donald Trump won. I feel like that whoever Kamala Harris campaign manager was did.
Oops, I'm sorry. I did not mean to click off of that. My bad. Hold on. I had too many tabs open. Hold on, beloveds. Likes up, everyone, please. A like and share. Okay, so while I'm looking for that video, you all watch this one real quick. This young lady is crying because Kabami lost.
How am I supposed to go to work and do all of my normal daily activities when I know that we all just chose for things to get exponentially harder? I live in Texas. I don't understand how I'm gonna go through the day.
First of all, okay, I want you all to pay attention. Now, she's sitting up there crying and boohoo in tears, right? Talking about she doesn't understand how she's supposed to go to work. Girl, you get up, shower, get dressed, and go like you always have done. You see, this is what I'm talking about. People are being so overly dramatic. It's just annoying at this point, okay? It is absolutely annoying. Okay, like I'm telling you, this is all publicity. Okay, these are publicity stunts, except they're not famous. So in that case, it's clout chasing. Please pay attention. Now I'm going to go to this other video because I'm still looking for the one that I accidentally cut off.
Kamala Harris failed so miserably to engage voters. The ailing Joe Biden may have stayed too long in the race, but voters who backed him last time didn't vote for Harris this time. By any reckoning, it was a pretty disastrous result for the party. Here's our international editor, Emma Murphy, on what went wrong.
The night had begun with joy and promise. In the grounds of the university Kamala Harris joined 42 years ago, inspired by its ethos of achievement. But that joy faded as swing states turned red.
In Pennsylvania, Donald Trump in the lead there now.
Senior Democrats turned up for a party that would never be. Their faces gave away their fear. Those who pushed for Harris tried to hold out hope, but never even made it to their seats in the VIP area.
You still have hope? Of course. This must be tighter than you expected.
Not right now, thank you.
And the woman they'd hoped would be president never made it to the stage.
We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that every vote is counted, that every voice has spoken. So you won't hear from the vice president tonight.
But in reality, everyone knew then it was over.
For months now, these people have knocked on doors, written letters, and made thousands of phone calls to get the vote out for Kamala Harris. Tonight, it seems that may have been in vain.
I thought America was going to pull through, especially Georgia. It's just overall sad, and a lot of people think that economy will be better under Trump. I don't agree with that either. I honestly just find it devastating.
Okay, so people are clearly devastated, okay? People are clearly, Swift said, holding on. Right, these people are still, listen, some of these people actually said that she still has a chance. Because they said Trump's not going to be, official until January the 6th. And they're saying that she still has a chance. Like, these people are clinging to hope. Okay, they're on their last legs. Please pay attention.
I don't understand these people mad at their personal friends and family members. Like, I don't get that. Like, Donald Trump won. I feel like that whoever Kamala Harris' campaign manager was did a terrible job. I think the individual did a terrible job because all she did was have TDS, Trump derangement syndrome.
Didn't I tell you all the same thing? Didn't I tell you all that her campaign manager did a terrible job? Her campaign manager, campaign strategist did a terrible job. Okay? Absolutely.
That's all she did. When it came to her articulating what is best for the American people, what is she going to do for the American people? She never really talked about what she's going to do for the American people. All she did was talk about how bad Trump was, challenging the intellect of individuals who actually were living between 2016 and 2020, because all the things that y'all said Trump was going to do if he was elected as the 45th president, he didn't do from 2016 to 2020. That is a fact. Put my seatbelt on. Hey, y'all see the shirt. Y'all see it. Y'all see the shirt. So he didn't do those things, right? So y'all think that we are slow, retarded, like we have dementia or something. Like we remember how it was between 2016 to 2020. We really do. So then they called him Hitler. Hitler killed over 6 million Jews, from my understanding. I don't remember Donald Trump actually killing anybody, right? So the exaggeration, the fear-mongering, the filibustering, when every time she did an interview was 100% insane to me. I just honestly don't get it, right? I 100% do not get it. She should have just stayed with what she was going to do for the American people, for the people that believed in her, for the people that was going to vote for her. You should have just kept it simple. This is what I'm going to do. You know, you could have had some critiques about Donald Trump, but if you had an hour interview, 45 minutes of the interview was about Donald Trump. Then you did not separate yourself from Joe Biden. You literally said that you would not change anything from the presidency up under Joe Biden. You said you would not change anything. That right there, nobody wants what we experienced under Joe Biden. We don't want that. So the fact that you did not separate yourself alone was the issue. You could easily separated yourself from Joe Biden. Seriously. You didn't even have to throw him under the bus. You could have just said that, hey, listen, Joe Biden, you know, I was served under Joe Biden for 3.5 years. We didn't make all the best decisions. We made a lot of great decisions. We did a lot of great things. And here are some of the things that I would change moving forward. And I'm telling you, that alone, that statement alone would have won her the presidency. Seriously. Right? And if you're going to talk about Donald Trump, you would have had to just talk about the things that you could prove. That's it. Talk about the things you could prove. Excuse me. But exaggerating, calling him Hitler, we all know that he wasn't Hitler. Concentration camps. This is that another. Like, that's crazy. I don't know a single United States citizen that was in a concentration camp from 2016 to 2020. I don't know. Slavery did not come back from black people from 2016 to 2020. 2016, 2020, in between that duration of time, I made the most money that I've ever made in my life. That is a fact. So I'm black. So I'm lost. Listen, tell me some of the things that Kamala Harris dropped the ball in the comments. How you feel like she dropped the ball and what stopped her from winning the president.
She actually stopped herself from winning the presidency. Everything that young man said is everything I've already told you. It's everything that I've, in fact, already told you myself. I've said the exact same things. Okay, I said she had a terrible campaign manager or strategist. Okay, I said that she was giving word salad, not answering things directly and focusing too much of her attention on Trump. We expect Trump to spew insults because that's what he's always done. I said she should not have ever stooped to his level. She should have focused on the topics and the issues at hand and policy. That's what I said. And she should have answered questions directly with either a simple yes or no. Now, she didn't have to elaborate. Okay, if they asked her a question that was a yes or no answer, she could have just said yes or no and not elaborated if she didn't want to go into specific details. But rather than do that, she, quite frankly, just spewed word salad and gaslit us and just deflected. Okay, and that's just not going to fly. And so with all of these people who are saying, oh, it's the white women's fault, oh, it's the black men's fault, at the end of the day, it's nobody's fault except for her own. It's her own fault. She did this to herself. Okay, I don't know how she thought. And then here's another thing too. It was so stupid to run her entire campaign based off of reproductive health and abortion. Men aren't concerned about that, for one, and she wondered why men weren't supporting her. Did that ever occur to any one of these people that are saying it's because of misogyny? Of course, there was some misogyny from some men, but for the majority, for the most part, it was about her lack of policy, her lack of answering questions directly, okay, her lack of accountability when they asked about specific things like the border. What would you change in the Biden administration? She said, I don't see anything to change, basically. So it was those things that led her to where she is right now. And I told y'all weeks ago what she should have been saying and what she should have been doing. Clearly, she didn't listen. Okay, clearly she didn't listen. So anyway, now people crying all over the internet like they're shocked. I don't know how they even thought that she was going to win. I actually thought she was going to win, but not because she got a lot of votes.
Reaction of all from one of my favorite commentators, The Politics of Joy, Joy Reid, that is. Let's watch.
Black voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not. That is what it appears happened in that state, is that if you can't flip enough white women, and we've talked about this on this set numerous times, is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or a 12-week abortion. I think theirs might be 12 weeks.
Yep.
But it's a state where women lost their reproductive rights, where there was a very heavy push to get women to focus on not putting in place, re-electing, putting back into the White House the person who was responsible for taking those rights away and restoring them. But that message obviously was not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy.
But aside from the eulogies and the blame game, the question is, how did the media get it so wrong yet again?
Yes, I guess it's all white women's fault. That's
another thing is, the media, they were hyping us all up and they were saying all this negative stuff about Trump and saying all these favorable things about Kamala. And at the end of the day, I think that even her supporters, they counted their chickens before they hatched. She said that she was going to win. She literally said that she was going to win and all of that. And she didn't say it as though she was just being hopeful. She said it like she knew that she was going to win. And also, let's not forget the election Nostradamus got it wrong. She didn't win the popular or the electoral. So I'm sorry, sir. He should be fired at this point. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But hold on. And Joy Reid is clearly pressed. At the end of the day, I think it's insidiously obtuse to blame any specific demographic of people for her not winning, because for one, people can do whatever the hell they want to do come election time. They can vote or they cannot vote. They can choose the Democrats or the Republicans or the independents. They can do whatever they want. Okay, people should not be getting mad ever. And I keep telling you all this. People should not be getting mad ever at how people choose to use their vote or to not use it. Okay, that's what they shouldn't do. And at the end of the day, who really picks the presidents?
Departure of Joe Reid from MSNBC following Donald Trump's victory in the presidential election. Joe Reid, a well-known commentator, has officially announced he's stepping down. This decision comes after a tumultuous period marked by his emotional reactions during the election coverage. One moment that caught national attention was Reid's on-air meltdown when Florida was declared for Trump. He referred to the state's government as extremist, right-wing, fascist type, which sparked a significant backlash across social media. Reid also faced criticism for blaming white women voters for Kamala Harris's loss in North Carolina. Despite his assertion that Harris's campaign was flawlessly run, the election results painted a different picture. Ultimately, Reid decided to leave MSNBC, feeling that staying in his role would be untenable, given the intense scrutiny and criticism he faced. His departure marks the end of a significant chapter in his career. What do you think about Joe Reid's departure?
I'm sorry, but why is she calling Joy Reid a man? I absolutely cannot with some of these people. I absolutely cannot. And so, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. This is all crazy. And so, let's talk about all these people that are crying and having these meltdowns, though. Hold on. Here we go. Now, this is just a joke for me. This is clearly a joke. These people cannot be serious.
No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
We have literally lost the plot. We have lost the plot.
I just woke back up. What the is going on? America, y'all dead ass. Come on, bro. Damn. What are we about to do?
Votes at this time. That means he needs 23 more. Pennsylvania has 19 electoral votes. Michigan.
I've been crying in my room for the past hour. For the past fucking hour. And people saying, oh, but New York is blue. I don't give a New York is blue. Like, the fact that this man is a president now.
My parents apart because they just don't get it, and they don't get that they voted for someone who's gonna make my friends' lives hell. My life's okay. I'm a white woman, but my friends are not gonna be okay.
Which means that somehow he has once again officially won the presidency. I see the hate that this world harbors towards women, towards LGBTQ+, towards people of color, towards everyone who is not this mold. Today, this country has proven to us that they hate women, people of color, LGBTQ+ members, everyone else more than they hate a literal felon who has committed schmexual schmishmal. That is how much hatred they harbor for women. And I fear that things are not going to get better. This is not moving in the direction of things becoming better. They have won the presidency, they have won the Senate, and they will probably be winning the House. The GOP will have full control to pass and do whatever they want without being stopped. And we have seen what that means. We have seen their playbooks and their projects and their plans. I genuinely do believe that we are about to witness the downfall of an entire country.
Trying to stay calm today. Woke up this morning. Decided that we were wearing all black today because it is the death of the country as we know it. I have never been so utterly disappointed in a group of people, and I just don't understand. Like, how do you not understand we are under his tax plan? That tariffs will cost us money. That he is a misogynistic, homophobic, racist, bigoted piece of shit who does not care about you. He doesn't. If you die tomorrow, he could give 2 fucks. He could give 2 fucks if you eat, sleep, have a house. He doesn't care. And the fact that you think he does just shows how uneducated and how ignorant you are.
This is like one of the most unforgettable elections. And I love her. And I don't say I love a lot of people. Y'all know that because I hate everybody. So this is history, Cardi. I swear to God, my academics. I'm like, I'm sick of you. I'm sick. Get away! Get away from me! Sick of you. I'm sad. I'm really, really sad. I'm really sad.
But I just wanted to say that America failed women tonight.
Much in my right now, I don't even know what to do. I've never hated red so much in my life until now. Honey, you gonna say we'll see if you still scream "Go Trump" in the next months. Let's see. It's about to be so many black men being pulled over and gunned down for no freaking reason. Oh, white privilege is gonna be so high right now.
I'm just going to go ahead and say what I really want to say, because I think the fact that so many people allowed for this man, this raging bigot, this man who has literally taken away people's rights, that they voted for this man because of their lack of.
Now let's stop right here for a second, shall we? What rights has Trump taken away from people? What rights has he taken away? And when did he not like LGBTQ people? I showed you all a video. See, this is all propaganda. These people are brainwashed. They believe what the media puts out to them. That's what they believe, because none of these things that they're saying has been proven. I literally showed you a video last week where Trump was saying that he was for gay people. He's just not that way. He said, I don't have any problem with gay men. I can't remember exactly how he said it. You guys remember. He said, I just don't go that way. So I'm sorry. Didn't he hold up the LGBTQ flag? You see how they paint narratives. Okay, this is all so sad and clearly nefarious at the end of the day. Okay, and all of these things that they're saying, they actually believe these things because the lamestream media has put these things in their heads. Because the lamestream media has brainwashed them. Now, I'm not saying some of the things they're saying aren't true, but a majority of it is just propaganda. And then this lady talking about people getting shot down by the police and all this stuff. Well, that's always been going on in this country. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And in fact, it was happening more so under Obama's administration because people were upset that a black man was president. And here's the thing. What did Obama do about it? He gave them the blue alert law for the police to protect them. So when people are sitting there saying, oh, Trump's going to do this, he's going to do that. What did Obama do? Did y'all forget? Or y'all just want to give him a pass? Or y'all just want to act like it never happened? Which one is it? Which one is it? I have several questions. Okay? I have several questions. So sad they believe anything they hear. Yes, it is sad. All right, it absolutely is. Mass deception. Exactly. Obama did nothing. Preach. Okay? Trump wants to be a dictator. He said so himself. Who cares? Why do you care if he wants to be a dictator? Because I don't. I don't care if he wants to be a dictator. Because quiet as it's kept, so do the Democrats. They're just not bold enough to come out and tell you. Y'all don't get it. At the end of the day, why do you think they passed that law? So that the military can come out here and do whatever they want to people that are citizens, going to war with their own citizens. Okay? At the end of the day, a lot of these things that the Democrats say about Trump, they do it themselves. I've told you that a myriad of times. And if you don't believe me, just do the research. I don't care if that man wants to be a dictator. How's that going to impact me? Trump just doesn't want anyone telling him what to do because he's a narcissist. That's what that is. And quite frankly, I deal with narcissists every day. Unfortunately. Please pay attention.
Education, because of their lack of understanding how the basic branches of government works, because of everything under the sun, misogyny, hatred, but also just stupidity. I am so absolutely infuriated because not only is this man looking like he's going to become president, the Congress is about to be Republican. The fact that I have to clock into work after this, like nothing ever happened, this just made me lose complete faith in this entire country as a whole. Like, it really makes me not want anything to do with this country. So for me to go to work, it's like, why? Like, what is the point in even...
You know, these people sound so stupid when they say what he just said. For me to go to work, it's just like, why? To pay your damn bills so you can survive. Because you have a life to live and you should try to live it to the fullest extent that you can. No matter what happens, you should be trying to live your best life, sir. Okay? And the young lady who was crying took, well, how do I even get up and go to work tomorrow? The same way you've always gotten up and gone to work. Why are people acting like this is the end of the world? Who are these weaklings amongst us? I find it all very interesting. These people are just being overly dramatic and a whole bunch of damn drama queens. That's all they're being. They're just a bunch of drama queens. Yes, they're delusional. Okay? They are absolutely delusional. Trump was already the president before. If you were here in this country when Trump was the president for 4 whole years, from 2016 to 2020, and you survived, and you're still thriving, what the hell are you acting like it's going to be anything different now for? Why are you acting like you're so scared and like you're just so fearful and everything's just going to go all to hell in a handbasket, like you're going to be put on a plantation to pick cotton? Why are these people being so overly dramatic? It's because they're brainwashed. Like, this is so crazy. These people are literally plugged into the matrix. They're literally plugged into the matrix. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. And speaking of the matrix, I'm going to have the creator of the Matrix and the Terminator, my good friend Sophia Stewart, on here, okay, next week. But this is all so crazy at the end of the day.
Participating in this damn country at this point. Like, what's the point? Like, it has literally shown that it does not give a about people like me or like any marginalized community at that.
What I've noticed is that...
Let me cut that off because she's playing music. I'm sorry. Okay, about damn time to take their phones away. Somebody needs to, because I just find it all interesting. These people are just doing the damn most, okay? They are absolutely doing the most. Now let's talk about Trump's sentencing, because now that Trump's won, they want to get Trump sentenced real quick. Please pay attention. Like, step, everyone, please like and share.
Justice Department officials are starting the process of figuring out how to wind down federal cases against Donald Trump. That's according to 2 people familiar. It's a huge question that we've had in the few hours we've had to understand what might be the impact of this.
It's not a surprise that these cases can't go forward when Donald Trump takes office. What's interesting here is that the DOJ is moving to end them even before he takes office, citing the long-standing DOJ policy that sitting presidents can't be prosecuted. And there was some thought that maybe Special Counsel Jack Smith was going to sprint through the finish line, was going to work up until the last day, force Trump to fire him, wait till a new attorney general was appointed. But that does not appear to be the thinking inside the department.
Okay, so they want to go ahead and get Trump's cases settled before he gets in office so he can pardon himself. Well, at the end of the day, he doesn't need to pardon himself because now they have that rule that presidents can't be prosecuted. So they're basically trying to do everything they can do. Green beans, potatoes, tomato says, Trump ran for president to avoid facing justice for his crimes. We could say that, and it might make sense if only he hadn't already run for president before he was charged with these crimes. Okay? If he hadn't already run for president, beloved, before he was charged with any of these crimes, before he was a convicted felon, he ran for president in 2020. Did you forget? So I don't think that him running for president had anything to do with those charges. All right? Now, with that all been said, like, sub, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Of the United States, former President Donald Trump, now President-elect Donald Trump, is awaiting sentencing in a New York hush money case. He also faces federal and state charges in connection with alleged efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. So, what happens to those charges now? Let us ask CBS News legal contributor Caroline Polisi. Good to see you.
You too.
All right. So we just sort of ran through that laundry list. The president-elect has said he will fire the special counsel, Jack Smith, leading that federal investigation into the election interference case. What does that mean? Could the case simply be dismissed because he is now president of the United States?
Yeah, I think the exact quote is within 2 minutes he will fire Jack Smith. So legally speaking, what would happen is he would come in, appoint a different attorney general who would then fire Jack Smith and direct that the cases be dismissed. Big picture here, though, Vlad, is that his election to the presidency will effectively allow him to completely evade any criminal responsibility for any of these cases, federal and state.
And in Georgia, the election interference case?
So that case has
the hush
some
money
issues.
case here in New York.
The hush money case here in New York. I mean, look, it's scheduled. The sentencing is scheduled in less than 3 weeks.
Yes.
34 felony counts he's been convicted of already. The judge in that case is a real pragmatist, Juan Roshan. He has delayed the sentencing. There is a pending motion since that SCOTUS decision to impart broad presidential immunity. It doesn't have so many implications for this case because these actions weren't done while he was in office, but there is a motion pending to throw that entire case out because of the immunity decision as well. So we'll see what happens. No chance he's going to serve prison time prior to taking office. I don't see him serving prison time at all, quite frankly. Remember, it's not specifically necessary in this case for the sentencing. We'll see. The judge is in a difficult position if he kicks out sentencing until, who knows how long.
Can Donald Trump pardon himself?
Scholars are split on that issue, but it's really a non-issue.
I've heard both.
Yeah, they go either way. It's never been done before. Look, just like Donald Trump in a lot of issues, we are in completely uncharted legal territory, so it's up in the air. But the fact is, that's a belt and suspenders issue anyway. Yeah. He might not need to pardon himself. He certainly cannot pardon himself for the state cases. However, in these federal cases, as we started off the segment, he's simply going to have those cases dismissed. He won't need to pardon himself.
And they also say, by the way, that Trump has threatened to prosecute his political enemies. Okay, just so y'all know, said he's threatened to prosecute his political enemies. Well, I'm not surprised. That's what narcissists do.
Now empty. Tens of thousands of supporters of the vice president came to hear what they hoped would be a victory speech. But as state by state was called throughout the evening, people trickled out. And then finally, Cedric Richmond, the chairman of the campaign, said that the vice president would not be coming. She'll be delivering what is almost certain to be a concession speech later on Wednesday. This is a disappointment of epic proportions as one battleground state after another fell into Donald Trump's hands. Supporters here were crestfallen, almost in disbelief. This will take a lot of time to sort out what happened during this 107-day campaign.
These Kamala supporters who are feeling this way, crying and all of that, they just remind me of a bunch of spoiled ass rotten brats who didn't get their way and now they're whining. That's what they are. They're just whining. These are the same people that if she'd won, they would be gloating. I bet you Trump supporters wouldn't be crying if he lost.
I am like most people, hurt, sick, disgusted, disappointed, and confused on how the results came out. Yesterday, I was in Family Dollar. I went to go get a notebook. And while in the aisle getting a notebook, I heard a bunch of like commotion going on at the front counter. And it was two men that worked at the store. And it was another gentleman that was a customer. And there was a young lady. And she was screaming, just trying to get her point across on why Trump was not the best candidate for, the presidential race. And when I got to the counter, I asked the young boy, he was like young. And I said, how old are you? He said, I'm 28. I said, okay. I said, you have children? He said, yes. I said, how many? He said, 4. I said, okay. How old is your baby mama? Because I knew it wasn't his wife. He said, she's 26. I said, okay. I said, is this your full-time job? He said, yes. We at Family Dollar. And I said, where your baby mama work? He said, Whataburger. I said, okay. So you have 4 children? He said, yes. I said, how old is your oldest? He said, 5. I said, have you ever heard of Head Start? He said, yeah. I said, not for long. I said, does your baby mama receive SNAP? He said, yeah. Not for long. I said, so your parents, did they work? Yeah, my mom, she worked her entire life. I said, okay. I said, when is she supposed to retire? Oh, she gonna retire in about 3 years. Add some more years to that. He said, what you talking about? I said, did you read up on Project 2025? He said, who? I pulled it up on my phone and I show him. He said, wow. I said, so you voted for Trump based off of what facts? Did you do any research on the policies? Or why did you vote for Trump? Because he gave me money. And I don't feel like a woman is emotionally stable to be running the United States of America. So that's why this African-American man that don't even make $30,000 a year with 4 children that are under the age of 5, he can barely afford daycare, that will need Head Start, and his baby mama receives SNAP, voted for Trump. Pure ignorance. And it made me sick to my stomach.
Well, here's the thing. I get her point. But the bottom line is, did she think that if Kabami got in office, she was going to do anything to help him, his baby mama, her SNAP benefits, and the 4 kids? I'm sorry, wasn't Kabami giving the SNAP benefits to the migrants? At the end of the day, she's acting like it was going to be so gravy, peaches and cream, literally, if Kamala got in. All right? Please pay attention. Now I want you all to see this next fool, because this person right here is nothing but a fool. I'm sorry, that's what she is. Please pay attention. This is nothing but idiocy here. Please pay attention. Look at it. What is this even about? And she's not saying anything, in case you wonder where the volume is. She's not saying anything. She just literally posted this video of herself doing this. What is this even about? This is a clout chase. This is a clout chase. Okay, please pay attention. Gideon, listen, Gideon Sword, if you say one more thing that gets on my nerves, I'm going to block you from the channel. Okay? I'm going to block you from the channel talking about it's called emotions. I know it's called emotions, fool. My point is, why is she posting herself crying, okay, online? She's not even saying anything. You don't even hear anything. I literally had the volume up. But she's just sitting there crying, and on the post it says, trying not to wake up my family. So that's why she's not making any noises while she's crying. Okay. But she had to take time out to record herself doing so. Please sit down somewhere. This is all foolishness, okay, at its finest. These people are nothing but a bunch of desperate clout chasers. Just a bunch of desperate clout chasers is all they are. I mean, at this point, it's just ridiculous. Okay? One Vibe said, all this is ridiculous. We survive every president. Thank you. Exactly. And here's the thing. How you know these people are nothing but a bunch of weak wussies? It's because think about your ancestors. Like the young lady said, who had to pick cotton out there in the blazing sun for 18 hours a day. Think of all the hell they went through with all the presidents who allowed them to continuously be enslaved. And we're supposed to sit here and worry about Project 2025. We're supposed to sit here and just be so concerned. At the end of the day, y'all need to sit down somewhere, people that are thinking like that, because Kabami was endorsed by the Heritage Foundation. Obama also worked with the Heritage Foundation. That's how he got Obamacare. So at the end of the day, while they're trying to connect that stuff to Trump, it's already been connected to Kamala and Obama. And by the way, that Project 2025 thing started decades ago. Okay? Please pay attention. People are just so overly dramatic and just nonsensical. It's ridiculous.
But it fixed my vision. I know a lot of us are heartbroken this morning, but our vision is crystal fucking clear, isn't it? And what we now see, which we've been suspected, some of us women are June and some of us women are Serena. Some of us women are June and some are Aunt Lydia. Just because you look like us don't mean you're for us. And racism is a big issue in this country, always has been. But misogyny, that remains one of the biggest issues. And maybe we needed to be reminded of that, because maybe we started to think that we had more support and that people actually cared about women and that there was unity within our community. But now we see crystal clear, right? I am disappointed about last night, but honey, I'm at peace because we fought hard. And Black women needed the wake-up call that all we have is each other. Because some groups of women want to be under a man's foot. Some group of women will consistently vote against their own interests. And some groups of men are so desperate for a piece of the pie that they will also vote against their own interests. But us, we still remain on the right side of history. And we still have each other. So get some rest. Nobody slept last night. It's over. Breathe easy. And we'll get through this together.
Well, one thing I can say is at least she wasn't crying. Okay, at least she wasn't crying. And she said, nobody got any sleep last night, honey. I slept like a baby last night. Okay, I was on live until 2:52 in the morning, I do believe, but I still slept like a baby. Okay, Truth Over Everything says, I can't believe they believe all the lies and propaganda that the Democrats spewed. Exactly. They believe it. They're brainwashed. It's cognitive dissonance as well. These people suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. And why do I say that? Well, because the Democrats, Black people that still have an allegiance to the Democrats after for 50 plus years has literally done nothing for you. That's Stockholm Syndrome. That's what that is. And if you're sitting here worried, like I keep telling you guys, if you're sitting here worried about Trump being racist and you don't think that Biden was, and you don't have a problem with Biden, Kamala even knows that he's racist. She literally called him a segregationist during the 2019 debates. Okay? She literally called him a segregationist. That's just another word for racist. So if y'all weren't worried about it then, and that's what gets me. She's sitting there talking about Trump spreading hate and like Trump's so racist and this and that, playing the race card. And I want y'all to pay attention to something. I want y'all to listen, and I want you to listen good. Melton A1 said, Queen putting in that work. Thank you, beloved. I want y'all to listen and listen good. These people that are sitting up here, the Democrats specifically, these people that are sitting up here acting like it's just, racism, it's so bad. They're out here being racist. Trump is being racist. He's spreading hate. If y'all don't sit down somewhere, because don't you realize that there's plenty of people who have been spewing hate. There's plenty of people, some of these same people that are mad because Kabami lost are some of the exact same people who didn't want y'all out there protesting when George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery lost their lives. Those are some of the same people. I call them the Democrats. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that? And I already showed you. Do I need to pull the receipts again? Where all that stuff going on with Black Lives Matter was tied to the Democrats. The money was going to them for political gain. And then the Act Blue Foundation that it was going through was tied to George Soros. Now, it has been alleged, and I can't substantiate this, that George Soros also had something to do with Antifa. If you remember, the people from Project Veritas went inside undercover and had a man tell them, and I don't know if he was telling the truth or lies, but it sounded truthful to me. He was saying that he was paid by George Soros, okay, as a member of Antifa. So I said all that to say this. The Democrats, if they're connected to George Soros, the organization known as Act Blue, and they were getting the money from Black Lives Matter, do you really think they think Black Lives Matter? When Black people donated $90 million to Black Lives Matter, and then I showed you the receipts, because none of that money went to the families of the victims except for $500 that went to the father of Michael Brown. And I said, where's the rest of this money? They made $90 million in 2020. Where the hell did this money go? And I conducted my own research, and I found out where the money went, and I showed you. And if you missed that broadcast, just go back a couple of videos and you'll see it, because I did the initial video in 2021, February of 2021. That's what catapulted this whole investigation into Patrice Con-Collars and Black Lives Matter. That's what catapulted it. Because I told you all, after I did that, 3 days later, now the media wants to talk about the money from Black Lives Matter after 7 years. So I sparked that whole thing. So what I want you to think about is this. If your Black lives truly matter to the Democrats, why would they be taking money from Black Lives Matter? Why would a majority of that money have been going to people like Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders? Y'all don't have questions about that, but y'all worried about Trump being back in the White House? The Democrats have been stabbing you in the back for decades. One thing about it is you know who Trump is. Your receipts were very detailed, Queen. Thank you, beloved. A Goodness Rated Bo says Trump is a race baiter. In his mind, the end justifies the means. Trump could care less about those. I'm not going to say what you call them. Well, that's probably true. That's probably true. What you just said, Goodness Rated Bo, it probably is true. But do you really think that Kabami cared anything about you or me or anybody that looks like me? Do you think that she really cared? Because I really don't think she cared. I don't think she gave a damn. You see, when she went out knocking on doors, she went to the white people's doors in the suburbs, the people with money. She didn't go to the hood. She didn't go see the regular everyday people who work 9-to-5 jobs and make minimum wage, who are struggling to get by. She never even addressed those people. She never even addressed that demographic of people during her entire campaign. And also, if you go back to her first campaign back in 2019 when it started, she didn't even address them then. All she ever spoke about was the middle class and talked about how she grew up in a middle class family. See, that's what she can relate to, but there is no middle class. There's only the rich and the poor now. She can't relate to you. She doesn't give a damn about you. That's why she didn't come knocking on your door. That's why she didn't come knocking on your door. Okay? So with that all been said, let's continue.
Love Buttercup. All I gotta say is buckle up, Buttercup. It's gonna be a rough 4 years. And you MAGA morons, when Trump does something to screw up your life, I don't want to hear any fucking complaints. You deserve whatever you get. And now here are my reasons why I think Kamala lost the election. Number one, Biden should have stepped aside way sooner than he did. He didn't leave her much time to make her case and campaign. Number two, she picked the wrong running mate. And number three, she should have stopped with all this Kamala Mamala bullshit. It's not taking the election seriously enough. And now the biggest reason, which is obvious, the country is still not ready for a female president. Right. This is the second time it's been tried, and it failed. Yes, it's still a man's world, even if the man is a psychopath.
Lillian said Trump owes Ice Cube that sit-down talk on the platinum plan. Beloved, I don't know where you've been, but Trump's administration already sat down with Ice Cube. They already sat down. The Democrats are the ones who told him to wait. They sat down with him 4 years ago. What are you talking about? Now, with that all been said, I'm about to be up out of here. Hold on. Let me go to this next video. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share.
Lost. Wait, are you telling me the last minute candidate nobody voted for lost to a former president with an established following and years of campaign experience? No fucking way. I just don't get it. We had the numbers. We had the celebrity endorsements. Beyonce. There was supposed to be a blue shift. Well, unfortunately, the only blue shift were the amount of liberals infighting over Kamala's inability to be a perfect candidate. Say what you want about Trump supporters, but you gotta admit they have a stronger sense of solidarity. Yeah, solidarity under fascism, but you know what? I don't have to tell you that, because for the next 4 years, you're going to experience what it feels like to have your rights taken away until you are nothing more than a slave to this country. Well, the election's over now, so you can stop fear-mongering. Look, you want my advice? Next time, tell Chaperone to make up her mind instead of stirring discourse for a candidate she was most likely going to vote for anyway. Okay, whatever. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of relationships to destroy with certain friends and family members. Sure, that seems like an absolutely appropriate response.
Knight Rider says Trump demolished that blue wall. It's history. Donicia said that they diminished the middle class. At the end of the day, listen, they keep talking about someone who's going to take away your rights. Kamala and Biden didn't take away our rights, freedom of speech. Of course they did. And in one of those clips that I showed, she was talking about, protecting her in her speech that she gave when she conceded. She was talking about, respecting the Constitution. She doesn't even respect the Constitution. Her and Biden don't. And they want to sit here and pretend and feed this fallacy to people as if they really think or want people to have, control over their own bodies, or people to be in charge of their own bodies. And women shouldn't have to be told they can't have abortions. Same people who gave us mandates. The same people who gave us mandates. If you are a person who was mandated to take something you didn't want to take, if you are a person who lost your job because you were mandated to take something you didn't want to take and you refused to take it, if you're a person who had to retire early, if you're a person who lost your business because of the shutdowns, and only those with essential businesses allowed to be open and yours wasn't deemed as one. If you're any of those 4 groups of people, you should already know why Kabami lost. And you should have no problem with that. And if you do, I have to ask myself, are you okay? Are you mentally inept? Mentally inept? I mean, what's going on here? Because at the end of the day, people are acting like everything's just going to go all to hell in a handbasket. This country is already gone to hell in a handbasket. When I can ride down the street and I see billboards with a man with a beard, with a belly, and is clearly pregnant. Clearly pregnant. That's confusion. When children look up and see that, they're confused because they're taught, I'm sure, that women give birth. Now, the thing is, when you see stuff like that, okay, you don't have questions, like narratives being pushed, like why is there a billboard with a man with a beard that's pregnant? I have several questions, okay? And let's just say you have a daughter who's in high school, who's been running track since she's been in high school and has the opportunity to get a scholarship, and then comes along someone who is biologically born a male, and now they can race against her, and of course they're going to win. So now she loses any chance at having a scholarship. This has already happened, by the way. I reported on it like 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I don't know why people don't get it. You see, everybody doesn't agree with everything. And what people do is what's in their own best interest in most cases. People don't care if you're going to be mad about something, if I'm going to not like something, what everybody else thinks of something. People want what they want. And as quiet as it's kept, some people are not going to be bold enough to tell you what they really want, what they really don't agree with. They'll sit there and smile in your face and pretend that everything's gravy. But behind your back, they're like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm not voting for her. Some of the people that told you they were voting for Kamala didn't vote for Kamala. Okay? Just like some of the people who lied and said they got the jab really didn't get it. And some of them that really got it lied and said they didn't. People just say and do things that are going to suit them. And this is why I say no one should be mad about the choices that other people make. Worry about yourself more and about other people and what they're doing and thinking less. And then maybe you'll have a more healthy, productive life. Okay? I don't sit around worried about what other people are doing because I don't care. As long as what they're doing doesn't affect me. The devil behind all of that is spiritual battle. That's how it's a fight. That's how it's a fight. Or that's how to fight that. I think that's what you meant. Listen, here's the thing. Bottom line is, some people agree with certain things and some people don't. Just because we all don't come together cohesively on the same ideologies doesn't mean that we have to be bickering amongst each other or spewing hate and being hostile and combative. Some people honestly feel that Trump was the best choice for them. I remember when Trump was running against Hillary, and I was going to vote for Hillary, which I eventually did, but I was talking to someone that's really close to me, and they said they were voting for Trump. And I called them a raccoon. I was like, that sounds kind of raccoonish, don't you think? And they said, no, I'm a business owner, and I know that he's going to be best for me and for my interest. You can't be mad at that. Why would you be mad at that? Everybody has to make their own choices in life, and we can't get upset at the choices that other people make. We just can't do it. Okay? So all this crying and all of that stuff, D. Lovely said, Queen, right, Queen, bottom line. Exactly. Thank you, beloved. So all of these people making these little TikToks sitting up there crying and looking so stupid because they look stupid. Okay? They look real stupid. Talking about why even get up and go to work tomorrow? Because you need your damn job. That's why. Because you got bills to pay. That's why. Trump getting into the White House doesn't have anything or should have any impact on you continuously living your life the way you have been doing so. Like, what is wrong with people? It is just really so annoying. And it really goes back. You know, it really makes me think, or just reminds me of how a few years ago, 4 years ago specifically, when something was said that people had to do or offered to them, why so many people did it, even though there's not been a lot of research, even though it was done real quickly and then offered to you. It really goes to let me see and remind me of how so many people went along with that. They just went along with it because they believe propaganda. They accept fear mongering. And so that leads them, in my opinion, to make very bad choices. Okay, because they base their choices off of emotions, and you should never do that. You should absolutely never do that. And if you don't believe me, go visit a person in prison. Go visit a person in prison, specifically somebody who murdered somebody. They 9 times out of 10 did that because they were emotional. And if they logically sat down and thought about it before they just acted off of emotions, they wouldn't be sitting in prison. Okay, some of y'all are in a prison of your own minds. Sadly, you don't get it. And you think people like me are crazy because I didn't support Kabami. Listen, here's the thing. I don't believe in the bullshit where they say we have to choose between the lesser of two evils. I don't deal with evil, period. If it's evil, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not going to vote for you or you. That's what I'm not going to do. If I think you're both evil. But some people just foolishly listen to whatever talking points the lamestream media puts out, the Democrats put out. And I don't know why some Black people continuously think that they have some sort of allegiance to the Democrats, that that's the best way to go. These people have done nothing for us. If anybody right now can put in the chat what in the hell the Democrats have done for Black people, positive for Black people, please put it in the chat. And please don't tell me anything that was symbolic. Like when they made Obama president, that was symbolisms. Okay? That was symbolisms. Or when they put on the kente cloth and got down on bended knee for George Floyd. But they didn't pass the George Floyd bill, did they? They got down on bended knee. So that's supposed to make us feel better about his death, about him being publicly lynched in front of all these people for everyone to see, for being forever traumatized by it. Because I was traumatized. Were you? I was traumatized. So with that all been said, them getting down on bended knee wearing kente cloth supposed to make me feel better? But some of y'all went for it. And then you got the nerve to say Trump's racist. Y'all didn't think that was racist? That a man died, lost his life. We all saw it and witnessed it. He's called out for his mother and nobody gave a darn. And then they get up there, nasty Pelosi. And yes, I said nasty Pelosi, Joe Biden and the rest of the fools got up there, put on kente cloth around their necks and got on bended knee. Why don't you just do something for Black people? Why don't you just give us an anti-hate, an anti-Black hate crime bill? Why don't they just do that? But no, they never do anything. They give us symbolic gestures. And y'all don't see that that's racist. Y'all don't see that it's racist when they go and get stereotypical BS and parade it out on stage during their election campaigns. Like that's supposed to drive us to vote. They're really saying that you're stupid, you're uneducated, and this is how we got to relate to you. Because we can't talk to you like you have sense because you don't have any sense. Y'all don't find any of that racist. I'm sorry, Black people. But for the love of God, please wake the hell up. The Democrats are a whole lot more racist than Trump has ever been. And I don't know how y'all don't see it. And the fact that they sit up here and want to whine and complain and talk about Trump being racist, it's laughable to me. They're just as racist, if not more so. What have racists ever been mad because another racist was being racist? Say what? Okay, please pay attention. With that all being said, I'm up out of here. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm right. Essential Oil Queen says, I remember Biden telling the world that the unjabbed were the cause of the spread. What president with good common sense would do that? I rest my case. I rest my case. Exactly. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. He absolutely said that. But nobody said anything about that. Y'all didn't think that was real low down for him to say? Y'all didn't think that? Y'all didn't have a problem with that? I'm sorry. Please pay attention. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about right there. You see, the Democrats, they're not blatantly racist. They're more quiet about it. They do things behind your back. They sit up there and say the stuff that you want to hear, pretend that they're down for you. But then they let all these migrants come over here illegally and give them all these benefits that you'll never get. That's what they do. And when you start asking for reparations, well, they tell you they're going to have studies. That's what they tell you. We're going to have studies. And for anybody that wants to say, well, the Republicans haven't done anything for us either, here's the thing. The Republicans shouldn't have done anything for you either. Because for 50 plus years, the Democrats are the ones that Black folk have disproportionately embraced and accepted. Okay? So I'm sorry. They're the ones that owe you, but they gave you nothing. That's what they gave you. That's what they gave you. So with that all been said, everyone please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this night. And I will see you tomorrow with your morning wake-up call. Until then, beloveds, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm